Good morning, wrestling fans, and welcome to PWR Today for June 20th, 2022. The man they call Meathead, the lovely Linda K. Linda, it's been a big weekend. We had Father's Day yesterday. We had Juneteenth yesterday. How was your weekend? How was your wrestling?
It was tremendous. Ironically, I was in Minneapolis where Smackdown was, and I got to go to First Avenue, got a picture with that gold Prince star. I know I'm a huge Prince fan.
Love the Prince.
And yes, I did not pair myself in Lake Minnetonka this time.
Oh,
However, it was a fun weekend doing that, and just a little bit of relaxation, which is well needed. Happy to be back here talking to you at the start of the
there we
week.
go. Yeah, and it's Father's Day was yesterday, so I mean it was a big day for all of us around here. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Juneteenth to everybody else. Let's talk about the sponsor real quick, and then we'll get into some pretty big wrestling news from over the weekend.
Yeah, well, it is summertime officially. Wait, is it officially summertime? Wait, what is today?
Technically, it's the 21st, but I mean, summer actually starts on the 20th.
Well, then it is indeed summertime. Let's roll with that. Make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Check out the latest and greatest in wrestling street fashion as always. Check out stuff for summertime. Of course, there's comfortable, fashionable t-shirts, but make sure to get you some tank tops as well. It is hot out there. So to save a little 10%, save a little bit of money on your order, you can use promo code LindaK. That's LINDA KAY to save 10% off your order anytime at collarandelbowbrand.com.
Nice. We cannot hide away from the elephant in the room. We have to lead with Vince McMahon news. Friday morning, Vince McMahon and the WWE issued a statement saying that Vince is voluntarily stepping down as the head of WWE, and Stephanie McMahon will be the acting CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment. There has been talk, we've been talking about it all week. There's been talk about hush money of an inappropriate, marital affair with a paralegal, $3 million in hush money, whatever you want to call it. Other non-disclosure agreements have been coming up as well. There's possibility that it's also involving other people in the WWE. Linda, I don't know if we've heard from you yet on this. I mean, what is your thought on Vince McMahon stepping down and on SmackDown literally coming out brazenly doing the Vince McMahon walk, almost metaphorically swinging it around and going back in the backstage?
Well, obviously, huge news for the end of last.
Don't say it huge when I say swinging it around.
Sorry. I digress here. I was going to say big news, but maybe I shouldn't say that too.
Adequate news.
Thank you. Coming out of the wrestling world with this the end of last week and going into a live SmackDown last Friday. I think it was good to get some type of statement to some extent out where via WWE social media, I saw it on Twitter, the big announcement, breaking news that Mr. McMahon will be addressing, I don't know if this is verbatim, but addressing the WWE universe or be making an appearance, will be on SmackDown. And the news of his daughter, Stephanie McMahon, who will be the interim CEO while the investigation is taking place. So number one, I think that was good that something was put out, maybe not directly by Vince McMahon, but from Vince McMahon, if that makes sense. And then getting Vince to open the show, obviously that brought a lot of eyes, ears, everything into watching.
It was a ratings grab.
Figured that he would be opening the show, which we got. It was a brief appearance, as we saw. I was number one thinking, I was surprised, number one, like, wow, he's going to open the show. What is he going to say? What is going to be said? Outside of Mr. McMahon walking from the ring, what's going to be said by commentary? That was what I was really, really, really wanting to hear. What obviously came out of Vince McMahon's mouth, was Stephanie going to come out? I thought she was. I thought that not everything was going to be mentioned of why Vince would be stepping away as CEO. I thought maybe there might have been some mention of that, but or not even him saying that, just saying, please welcome the interim CEO. Not even saying my daughter, but obviously his daughter. That's what I was thinking.
Be honest, business-wise, I don't think that they should have done that, and I'm glad they didn't do that, because what they did is they kept the business, and they kept wrestling. If you would have brought Stephanie McMahon out and says, "I'd like to step down and introduce to you my daughter, Stephanie McMahon," it would have made it seem as if the whole thing is a work. And we've left that realm of WWE being able to work the mainstream media anymore, because they're now involved in the mainstream media. I mean, ESPN reports on them, CBS reports on them, New York Times reports on them. This is all Vince McMahon just not giving a flying farfignugan about what happens to him. Remember, he took on the U.S. government and won in the steroid trials. He feels that he can take on whatever's going on here too. Because to be honest, if there was a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, and they paid him money, he maybe have to step down from WWE, but he technically didn't break a law.
So are you saying that this should not have even been...
It's a bigger story because it's Vince McMahon.
Right. But given that, how you're saying it was better for you that business was business, wrestling was kept as wrestling. Do you think Vince should even have come out? I know he didn't say too much.
No, it was a ratings. It was a gimmick. It was a ratings ploy. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now what I want to know what other kind of dirty dealings or shenanigans have been going on that we don't know about. Because if it's exactly what it is, which is that Vince McMahon, out of his own pocket, paid $3 million to a woman that he had relationship with. When I heard that this happened, what I went to right away? We're old enough. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, that paralegal. I just gave her $3 million and she touched my dangling. That I heard Bill Clinton is what I heard.
I was thinking of a more recent hush money scandal. These are alleged. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're talking about Uncle Donnie, Mr. Trump. Are we not on the same page?
No, I'm just saying that I'm waiting just to see what transpires day after day coming out. I mean, we know that Vince McMahon is stepping away as CEO during this investigation.
He's stepping away as the public head figure of the company. Vince McMahon still works there, and he's involved in the day-to-day operations. Let's just look at it like this. You've seen Casino, right? With De Niro,
Sharon Stone,
Joe Pesci, Sharon Stone, all that. He's just going to get a different position in the company. He might be the entertainment director now.
He's a big part of his business, so
right. Well, it's publicly traded, so it's not all his business. All right. Let us move on. A couple sad passings over the weekend as well. A couple referees have passed. Not the twin that was involved in the Montreal Screwjob, but his twin brother, Dave Hebner, has passed away over the weekend. Dave Hebner, most famously remembered for being an on-screen character when it came to the Screwjob between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Do you remember Saturday night's main event? The referee did a fast count. Andre the Giant wins the belt, gives the belt, and hands it over to Ted DiBiase. The officials, I believe it was Jack Tunney, stripped Andre of the belt and said Ted DiBiase is not the champion, which gave us the tournament for WrestleMania 4. The most famous line out of this whole thing: "How much for the plastic surgery, brother?"
Man, that was some good stuff. Yes, very sad to hear on the passing. I was getting some messages and tweets about that. So, yeah, sad to hear, but yeah, just some huge historic moments there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's segue in. Andre the Giant didn't have a handler per se. That's a poor choice of words, but I mean, for lack of a better term, Andre the Giant had a friend that was always, kind of in charge of handling his day-to-day, and it was referee Tim White. One of his best friends in the entire world. Tim White passed away this weekend as well. Tim White was a longtime WWF referee and official and agent. We heard even from our friend Armando Alejandro Estrada that Tim White was his producer back in the day. So, Tim White passing over the weekend as well. Sorry to hear.
Absolutely. Another legendary referee from the WWF days and just WWE as a whole. So, yeah, that is sad to hear as well. I'll definitely remember lots of matches seeing to Might Roughing, and yeah, just tough to hear about both those losses this past weekend.
Absolutely. Hey, Slammiversary was last night, and WWE talent AJ Styles was on camera putting out a video message. In the video message, he wanted to thank WWE for allowing him to do this and noted that they understand it's a special moment for him. You know, AJ Styles really got his taste of the limelight through TNA Impact.
Are you saying another forbidden door has been opened?
Quietly, I think AJ recorded something in his forbidden door.
But still, I think that meets the criteria for a forbidden door. That's interesting to hear. That's
and
great,
he wasn't the only one that showed up. Video package also recorded by Sting and Kurt Angle for Slammiversary last night.
That's great, though. I mean, obviously, Slammiversary, huge pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling, TNA, and the guys coming in, saying a special message for their tremendous work and the amount of time they spent over at TNA Impact. I think that's great.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah. And I thought it was really good news to hear. Let's talk SmackDown real quick from Friday night. Besides the Vince McMahon opening up the show, we had a really major return. You'd think Vince McMahon would be a major return, but that's not the return I'm talking about. At the end of the night, after the big main event, and we'll get into more of the matches, but after the big main event, Roman Reigns finally defeating Riddle. He said, "There's nobody left. I smashed them all." Doom, 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 doom. He's back. Cowboy Brock is back, Linda Kay.
Oh, yeah. You know, I did not put two and two together that Minneapolis Brock Lesnar, hello, great
University
surprise.
of Minnesota, Golden Gophers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that was a great surprise for me to witness. That was awesome to see. Hey, getting this match for SummerSlam. It is now official. It will be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, undisputed title. So that really, to quote Vince McMahon, really shake things up.
It's time to shake things up again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he, already gave a woman $3 million. I wonder what he's paying Brock to show up. That was a low blow. That was unnecessary.
I will go back to Brock and Roman. How about Roman falling for that handshake?
Yeah, that was that threw me off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's set up for the F5, but what a way to end SmackDown. I know we're gonna go back and rewind for the beginning of SmackDown toward the end, but seeing Brock Lesnar make his huge return in his hometown and just having him getting shop. That face.
Yeah.
Right, that face-to-face. I mean, that was a long face-to-face stare down between Brock and Roman, so that was awesome.
Hey, I got a question. After Minneapolis helps Pat McAfee laugh Happy Corbin out of the arena, is there something coming up for SummerSlam, possibly for McAfee?
Ooh, another potential match, something huge with SummerSlam I have not thought about. Why not? Why not? There's already some type of I shouldn't say chemistry, but to some extent, yes, a little bit of shenanigans, if you will, between the two of them. Why not have this be a match at SummerSlam? The second biggest premium live event.
Premium live event.
WWE. Absolutely. Let's do
it. When the Street Profits were talking backstage in the locker room, and they said they wanted their babies back. Did you, am I the only one that started going, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back. I was waiting for Montez to go, Chili's baby back ribs. Because that was a Montez line right there. He didn't do it.
Well, if they're not a sponsor.
I understand. But, I mean, Montez is just the guy that'll drop in a song at the drop of a dime, drop of a hat.
That was pretty good too, Meathead.
Thank you. I'm excited for the Profits. I love what they got going, and I think they're going to start going after the Usos, and we're going to have some great matches coming up here. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus are both in the Money in the Bank. Didn't we call this? There was going to be something, some way, somehow, that they're both just going to end up in the match anyway?
Yes. You can't have Money in the Bank without the two of them. Unless they're in other matches for the pay-per-view. You got to have both of them in. This makes me feel they're some of the top ones, top choices, if you will, to win Money in the Bank. Yes.
Raquel Rodriguez defeat Shayna Baszler, and she's in the women's Money in the Bank.
Yes, she's made a huge impact. No pun intended. Well, I mean, but she hasn't made an impact, but that I'm aware of. No, awesome to see. Obviously, since bringing her on to the main card, she's done so much. Great to see Raquel Rodriguez
Big
make
smile.
it to the women. Oh yeah,
big smiles all the time.
big
And then
favorite
finally,
too. Big
yes,
favorite to win.
we love her. And again, finally, Riddle, unfortunately, not able to defeat Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Unified Championship. And by the way, that needs to be made clear that it's a unified championship. It's not two championships, it's just one. So Roman Reigns still the unified WWE Universal Champion. Now, I really thought, there's always that phrase, you either get over and go over. He didn't go over, but he got over. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
Riddle looked amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Even so many highlights of that match, but that one near fall where he got the RKO on him. I know there were like a close attempt. So
Out of nowhere.
Thank you. That was a 2 and not even a half, 2 and 3/4 count to almost becoming the undisputed champion right there.
Yeah. Big things for Riddle. Riddle is Matthew Thomas's Matthew to watch in 2021. So, I mean, he's still moving up. Ready to talk Rampage?
Let's do it.
Okay. Rampage, again, just packed. Martin Moxley. You had Allen and Fish. You had the Ass Boys and Max Caster. You had Hook and Danhausen. You had Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. You had Shade and Willow. That was all in 60 minutes. That is probably the most packed 60 minutes. It makes me think back, honestly, to the old days of Sunday Night Heat where we got in 3 matches and just right before a pay-per-view where everything was happening all at once. They get a lot of shit in.
Even the promos for what's coming up this week on Dynamite or at Forbidden Door, it's just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, man, this is a show for me because I'm constantly boom, 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 boom in front of my mind or just constantly on the go. But that's my fast pace working with that.
Oh my God,
that's how they
resting on the adrenaline. It's wrestling, just all right. Let's start it off. Here we go. Dante Martin and the Blackpool Combat Club's John Moxley. Martin, we again just talked about either getting over and going over. Martin looked good. Moxley really helped him succeed in this match. Moxley with the win.
I know we've already got a match between the two of them, but we saw some different high-flying moves from Dante Martin. Again, just, keep on elevating him. That's what they're doing, and that's really great to see. But, yeah, I expected Moxley to get this win, but as you just said about Riddle, what was it again, your exact words?
He didn't go over, but he got over.
Yes.
Yeah. Dante Martin is going to have a belt soon. I don't know when it's going to happen and what kind of belt it's going to be, but he's getting one soon. So Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee still have a little issue between them. I don't think this will break them up at all. And they're quickly interrupted by Powerhouse Hobbs and Absolute Ricky Starks. Reminds them that they haven't been beaten yet. There's more tag team matches between these two. Let's move into the trios match. Platinum Max Caster and Austin Colton Gunn with Billy Gunn and Anthony Bowens taking on Ruffin It, Bear Country, and Leon Ruffin. Again, looking like Kevin Owens' dad. Yeah. Max Caster, we used to goof, or when I say we, I say I. Yow, yow. I used to say that all the time. This dude has gotten over. It's working. And, technically, they're a face team now. Yeah.
Even with the Gun Club.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're over. It's working.
Well, anytime you hear their, oh gosh, I can't. You can do it, Meathead.
What the yow, yow?
No,
yow.
Just like the noise.
No, please tell us. So how does it go again?
I can't, you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
A sound drop for the files for later. One more time. That noise is amazing. Backstage with Hook. Lexi informing Hook he'd be facing off with a top New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo member next week on Rampage. Now, Danhausen walked onto the scene, but Hook said, I got this. Again, we got Hook talking. That's the second time we've heard him.
Yeah. I was happy to hear that. A little bit surprised. But then again, I was like, no, he's going to say more and more as the tag team elevates a little bit more and more. Mm-hmm. Great to see. Yeah, I think there's going to be something big for Hookhausen before it becomes
Just Hook again and Danhausen again? Okay.
Yeah.
TBS Championship match, Jade Cargill with Stokely Hathaway and Kiera Hogan taking on Willow Nightingale. There was no way that Jade was losing this, but, there's always a way to elevate Willow Nightingale. I thought it was a solid match. Jade retains. And then main event time, Darby Allin and Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly on the side of Bobby Fish. The big news here is that Darby Allin said, I'm going to avenge my friend Sting. And out of nowhere, the lights go out. Here comes what? How did it go again? Who's doing that, Linda?
I believe it's Excalibur pulling the Shivani. It's Sting!
It's Sting! Sting! I'm sorry, I got into Nitro music there for a second. All right, so Sting returns. The only thing, and I mentioned this off air, and I'll bring this on here. The only thing that confused me was, and maybe I'm thinking too hard here, right? And just should be a wrestling fan and just enjoy it. If he's avenging his friend who got his ankle broken and Sting's back already and his ankle's healed, why does he have to avenge his ankle? That's just me.
The more we talk about it, I feel he probably didn't know because it was a surprise to Darby, I'm gonna guess as well.
So does he apologize to Bobby Fish afterwards?
No. They had to apologize to Bobby Fish for what they did. I mean, I know that was what was done to Sting, getting his ankle busted in that chair. But yeah, I love that.
Did a coffin drop with his ankle in the chair this time.
So many moments in the match. Can we just talk about that match itself? Holy crap. And we know that Darby and Kyle O'Reilly had a great match not too long ago as well. The one with Bobby Fish and Darby. I'm like, wow. Well, a lot of hard-hitting moments in that. And seeing Sting come out like that was a big surprise. We got the bat. As Jericho put it, talk about a bat to the balls. Or that's what you call it, bat to the balls or something.
That's like that. Right. And then he held it right between his legs and then kind of wiggled it and then took it out.
Yes. Yes.
Linda, my favorite part of the recap that I used on AllEliteWrestling.com is the bottom of it. It says, catch AEW Dynamite on TBS next week, Wednesday, live from the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This Wednesday, folks, Dynamite live back at Panther Arena again. I mean, this is the go home to Forbidden Door coming up next week, Sunday. And we are probably going to have half AEW, probably half New Japan. I mean, we've seen people like Will Ospreay. We've seen people like Tanahashi. Will Okada show up in the building. I'm pretty sure Milwaukee's going to have an influx of New Japan in the house this Wednesday.
Yeah, we already had sub matches announced. I believe it was the trios match with Will Ospreay and Ozzy Open against I believe it was a trios match.
I think it was Roppongi Vice, and I'm just going off the top of my head. I don't remember who their partner was, but Orange Cassidy showed up for that as well.
Oh, yeah. We also have, I believe it's Jericho with, oh gosh, I'm totally blanking this morning. Sorry. But looks
it's like okay.
Some great matches lined up. But you know what? Part of this being at the live show is the element of surprise, which I'm sure we will get. We'll be there in the house, which is awesome. We'll have a great time. Looking forward. It being the go home show. Sure, you and I may not know who some of the New Japan talents are, but we're getting acclimated to knowing who they are. We've been watching Dynamite and Rampage. Hey, we're gonna see it live no matter what. I think we'll enjoy it. Should be a great time.
I mean, just think about it right now. Again, the only reason I know them, and again, this is some of my gripe I've had over the last few weeks. I don't know these people. Who are they, right? We're learning them. Tanahashi, Okada, I mean, all these other guys who Will Ospreay, I'd never seen Will Ospreay before. He's not an American wrestler, right? So these are the guys I'm learning. I've already learned about, Switchblade Jay White. I know he's going to be there as well. So you got to assume that all these talents are already going to be in town in the Midwest because, Dynamite is on Wednesday. The pay-per-view is on Sunday. They're probably going to hang out and be in town. I mean, they're flying from Japan to we will be the center of the wrestling world in AEW, from Milwaukee on Wednesday to Chicago on Sunday. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Even when the crowd pops, I'll have to figure out who it is, but I'll figure it out by then. We'll have that, All Atlantic title, tournament. Yeah. It's going to finish off this Sunday as well. So
you know what else will make the crowd pop? When you hear
Yo. Okay. Wait, how does that go one more time?
That was much better than when I was first trying to do it.
That's all right. I know the guy that edits these shows. I'm going to get the first version. I think that one went way better. All right, for Linda Kay, the man to call me tonight, we got some Raw, so stick around. We will talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.